21-22 is an interesting matchup, Craig. Del Potro and Janovic.
Yeah. And there was some concern about Del Potro coming in, and he played some good matches in Sydney, and I think got what he wanted to do, and he's healthy. And of course, Jerzy Janovic is, I think that's the key first round matchup in that quarter. There's no question.
That's a tough match because Del Potro was back and he was doing so well. Then he had the wrist injury, and we've been talking about Janovic for several years. That's going to be a very interesting first round.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, you would normally expect Del Potro, Grand Slam champion, US Open, and to be seeded as you would Jersey. So it'll be a great first round match.
The second quarter. So our defending champion, that doesn't look, again, I mean, it's silly because everyone's a good player, but it doesn't look a terrible draw for Stan. So let's have a quick look through here.
I think it's interesting in this draw that the style of play is very similar with all your seeds in that draw, except for Stan.
You know, there's one thing. Many years ago, the top seeds usually had 1 or 2 free rounds. Not so today. Why? Those people up 80, 90, 100, they want to become famous overnight, and they're going to do everything they have to be the top seeds. So the top seeds have to go out there immediately and play darn good tennis.
No, that's for sure. So, Kei Nishikori down the bottom, the breakthrough for him, of course, last year at the US. So the third quarter, a lot of Australians in the second half, Craig, and we might, John Millman's got the seed. So Bernie, Sam, and Thanasi are all very close together.
Thanasi, one of the few Australians playing in seed. In fact, there's only one Australian in the top half, and that's Leighton. The rest are all in the bottom half.
So the other 9 are all in the back half. Usually in Nadal, usually may not be the usually of 2 or 3 years ago at the moment, but that's tricky because Rafa's had an awkward start to the year, hasn't he?
Well, I think what's going to happen here, everyone is wondering about Nadal. Is he okay? Is he okay? We know he's going to compete. The question mark is his strength or his legs, movement. He jumps, he crawls, he slides. Usually is not that easy to beat. So I'm sure a lot of people will be looking at that first round to see how healthy Nadal is.
And the fourth quarter with Roger Federer, the number 2 seed. So Andy looks to be going well, Craig. I mean, he had a very good back end of 2014. He had the back injury the year before the operation, but his last part of 2014 was excellent. And you feel like well, we don't have the big 4 with Andy as the 4th anymore. He's back at number 6. I mean, you feel like he's ready to contend again?
I do. You know, a lot of people don't realize that the injury he had took longer than everyone thought, because his game is built around movement. He moves extremely well. He's also moved closer to the baseline, a big forehand, a great backhand. He's comfortable at the net. The question mark, that second serve, has got to be a little bit more aggressive. But I look for Andy Murray to have a big year this year.
The youngest player in the draws there, number 122. So the 3 teenagers, Kokkinakis, Kyrgios, and Coric are the 3 teenagers in the draw at the moment. That's before the qualifying's decided. Craig, and I'll ask Nick as well. Roger Federer came here last year as the number 6 seed. He'd been runner-up in Brisbane last year, and he played exceptionally well and made the semi-final. Yet I feel like he's much more of a threat right here, right now, than he was at this time last year.
Well, there's a couple of reasons why. Number one, he changed rackets that helped him, gave him a little bit more hitting surface, and it's prevented a lot of shanks from topspin balls coming. He's returning serve better. He's serving better. But thank you to Mr. Edberg. Go to the net. Go to the net. Edberg, super player, couldn't break an egg from the baseline. What did he do? He went to the net, baby. And that's what's going to help Roger Federer. He's moving well. I think that if he has a chance to win another Grand Slam, there certainly could be an opportunity for him. By the way, we haven't said anything about John Isner being coached now by Gimbelstock. That's interesting. Gimbelstock was one of my students. He's a character. I believe that Isner, if he gets off that baseline and gets to the net, if I had a serve like that, I'd forget the baseline. You know, I'd have a honeymoon up at that net.
And you've had a few honeymoons, haven't you?
Well, a few.
Yeah.